Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about all things books. My name is Mary and today we're going to be talking about a couple of books that I really enjoyed. I wouldn't consider them a series just because there's only the first book and the sequel and no indication that there is going to be a third. The books are by Graham Simpson and the first one is Rosie Project. This book introduces us to the main character, Don Tillman. He's a 39-year-old geneticist and he's decided that now is a good time to start looking for love. But being the scientist that he is, he takes more of a scientific approach to love and creates the Wife Project, which is basically a questionnaire that he asks potential life partners, and if they answer them to his satisfaction, then he pursues them. He kind of soon learns that love doesn't exactly work that way, and you have to find the right person, not necessarily the perfect person. But it's not like the classic love story in that there's a lot of mush and super lovey-dovey moments or things like that. It's more about learning to accept people despite the fact that they may not fall into your definition of a perfect person. And I think it's a really cool take on something that we all deal with, which is finding love and then realizing that despite the fact that that person may not be perfect and you may not like them all the time, it's still possible to love someone because of their flaws, because they challenge you, because they make you a better person. And so it's just a really cool book. There are a few humorous moments because the main character, Don Tillman, does not really pick up on social cues like we do, so when he's talking to people and seriously offending them, he doesn't really notice. So it creates this kind of snowballing effect because he just keeps talking and keeps digging himself into a hole, and then people get really angry and lash out, and it's just kind of a hilarious moment, and he doesn't really understand his part in it, I guess. He definitely plays the blame game a lot, like, oh, it's all them, it's just because they didn't understand what I was saying or something. He's kind of got that arrogant, I'm smarter than everyone way about him. I really enjoyed this book. It was a quick read. I got through it in about 2 to 3 days, so I definitely recommend it. The second book is The Rosie Effect. This book is a sequel, as I said in the beginning of this video, and it's basically about how Don Tillman navigates marriage and the possibility of being a father. Still the same voice, the same super unique analytical way of viewing the world, trying to figure out the best way to do things scientifically. So in some ways he didn't really learn his lesson from the first book, but in other ways the way that he does it is so pure and it draws you in. I will say that this book was a little bit slower than the other ones. It took me about 2 to 3 weeks to finish. I did still enjoy it, but there were a couple scenes that I didn't like the insinuations that they made. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend reading both books. And even though the second book isn't as fast-paced as the first book, it's still nice to see the story kind of evolve and complete itself. There's a sense at the end of the first book that you want to know what happens next, and now that we know what happens next, I feel like there's really no need for a third book. Kind of rounds everything out in the second one. But I did really enjoy these 2 books, and I definitely recommend them if you're looking for a unique take on the quest for love and a unique take on married life and having children. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button below. I put out new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.